Are you in or out? That's the question New Jersey towns have to answer when it comes to selling recreational marijuana to adults. And their deadline, it's coming up. It's August 21st. Well, one town has already said yes. News 12 New Jersey's Naomi Yane is there now. She joins us from Somerville. Now, Naomi, this city will allow it even though the rules are still being worked out.
That's right, Brittany. They're still working it out, and they're writing ordinances up for this particular thing so that they've already got rules set in town for when this comes around. Now, the rules for this are still really unclear, and there's still so much we don't know about this emerging industry, but towns in our state are taking a stance on whether or not to allow the sale of adult use recreational weed. Just over 70% of the people of Somerville approved the public question to decriminalize weed back in November.
Obviously, it was a great interest, from our particular community to support, the decriminalization and the eventual marketing of cannabis.
Somerville Mayor Dennis Sullivan wants his town to be ahead of the game, and they're already drafting ordinances on how to manage this emerging industry.
We charged our administration to explore, go on webinars with the state, talk to the Regulation Commission, talk to other towns, figure out, what steps we could take to put ourselves in the best position to control the ultimate fate of cannabis here in Somerville.
While other towns are choosing to opt out, they do have the option to opt back in later. However, the rules set by the Cannabis Regulatory Committee have yet to be clarified and may not necessarily lay out rules for towns specifically.
When you opt back in, you may be subject to whatever default rules the CRC has set forth. They're not realizing that waiting for the Cannabis Regulatory Commission to come out with regulations isn't going to tell you anything more than you already know about your towns. Those rules and regulations are actually going to be about the application process and things dealing with the industry side. It's not going to be about towns and their ordinances.
Whether towns are opting in or opting out, they're using this time to draft ordinances. And for the towns opting in, the ordinances are laying out guidelines of how they'd like to handle this new industry.
Towns actually have the ability to dictate what facilities they even want. They can opt out of one license type or any license type. So it doesn't have to just be a total opt-out.
So what happens if towns don't take action by the August 21st deadline? If towns don't take action by that date, they lose their say on whether or not cannabis businesses can set up shop in their town for 5 years, and they have to abide by the rules set out by the CRC.
So, Naomi, how easy or difficult will it be for towns to opt back in later?
Oh my God, Somerville! Brittany, right now, it's still unclear. We're not sure. It's a wait and see situation right now. We have to wait and see what the commission decides. But Attorney Shirali Patel did mention that towns opting out miss out on tax revenue as well as job creation.
All right, we'll see what happens, Naomi, in Somerville for us tonight. Thank you.